3, 2, 1.
Action.
I think the experience of being a part of this revival of Black Christmas, this reimagining, if you will, it's surreal.
The biggest draw was Sofia Takal. I'd seen her previous works, so I was really wanting to work with her for a long time.
Sofia Takal was the first person that we reached out to make the movie, and I didn't give her any creative parameters. I said, look at the movie and be inspired and think of something great.
Yeah, thanks.
We got it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
I'm a big fan of the original Black Christmas. It was way ahead of its time in terms of dealing with issues about women.
Bob Clark doing the original Black Christmas. He did a really great job establishing women who had real problems and who had real sisterhood.
I wanted to make a movie that felt similarly contemporary about women's issues today.
You're all insane.
No, not insane, Miss Stone. Simply men.
Creating multiple killers was a way of saying that, like, just when you think you've beaten toxic masculinity, another wave of toxic masculinity comes to the forefront. The fight for women's rights is kind of never ending.
So when we were devising these killers and this mythology and lore of Calvin Hawthorne, we were kind of thinking about the idea that people might kind of become inhuman.
This can't be real. One thing that was really exciting for me in terms of what the monster looks like, the mask that he wears is modeled on this thing called a Scold's Bridle, which was an iron mask that was used in the 18th century to keep nagging wives quiet. It's a very oppressive relic, and so I thought it would be interesting to have a visual reminder when the women looked at that thing of just like, you're supposed to be quiet, you're supposed to stay in your place. Some of the things that I really wanted to translate into the film were the weapons that were used. In the original movie, there's like a plastic dry cleaning bag that's an iconic kill. I wanted to turn that around and have the women wield those same weapons the bad guy used against them.
Why isn't it blood?
The black goo represents this idea of inhumanity and this idea of toxicity, that when these men get infected with toxic masculinity, it really changes their DNA, changes who they are, and turns them into monsters.
What's interesting about the script is that we've taken that theme of ritual, of ancient rites, of pledging, of men feeling like they can only connect with each other without the presence of women, to an extreme.
At the same time, it was really important for me to not make a movie that was completely anti-man, finding male actors who felt that way as well, and making a movie that is trying to condemn a certain type of masculinity, but not men in general.
We really want to help.
One of the things that I think is great about Sofia directing and Sofia and April writing the movie is that the movie feels very authentic. It has a real female voice.
It's quite intense.
For us, it was really important for redoing a slasher to re-examine what a slasher means in 2019, and especially from a feminine perspective.
How could you do that to your sisters? I'm helping women. You get to explore some pretty cool ideas, both great and relatable, and also small and direct, to do with the female experience in an American college campus.
It was really important for me to make a movie that addressed important issues like sexism and toppling the patriarchy, but also was really fun to watch and could entertain an audience as much as make them think. Moving on!
Yeah!